I've been filming product commercials for over the last 3 years, and I'm always upgrading, replacing, and integrating new equipment into my arsenal to make my production shoots more efficient at the highest quality with the least amount of gear. And today, I'm going to share with you the top filmmaking gear that I use to date for making product commercials. Now, product filmmaking can be an expensive endeavor, but right now is the best time to be a part of this new wave of at-home professional product commercial filmmakers. Before 5 years ago, mostly only large production houses with big crews, expensive gear, and large budgets were creating product commercials. Gear has become more affordable and user-friendly for the everyday filmmaker. I'm going to break down the gear list into two options: the gear I personally use and a budget-friendly option for filmmakers starting out. The gear list that I break down is what I use 90% of the time and makes me over $200,000 a year in product commercials. And even though I will break down a budget-friendly option, my motto is cry once, buy once, meaning don't buy something cheaper knowing you'll have to upgrade eventually and pay twice for a piece of equipment. Everything I list will be listed in order in the bio below. Let's talk about cameras. My go-to camera is the Canon R5, and if I shot on Sony, it would be the A7S III. The Canon R5 is $3,700 USD and the Sony A7S III is $3,500 USD. The reason why I use this camera over other cameras is for a few factors: the image quality, the size and ease of use, and the super reliable autofocus and focus tracking, meaning I don't have to add an extra member onto my team to pull focus or even buy more gear to get focused on moving shots. These cameras allow me to shoot and operate everything solo, be able to set up fast, small, and create beautiful images. Now you can buy more expensive cameras that have a much prettier image, but you have to really think about ease of use. Ease of use compared to picture quality on these cameras is unmatched and will allow you to get a wider variety of shots with little to no effort. Plus, both cameras can allow you to take stunning photos, which you can add as a package add-on when your clients hire you to make more money. For a cheaper option, I recommend the Canon R6 at $2,100 USD or the Sony A7 IV at $2,500 USD. Next is lenses. The lens I use for 90% of my product filmmaking is the Canon RF 100mm macro lens starting at $1,000 USD. This lens not only produces one of the best image qualities for products, it's extremely versatile. You can use it for detailed macro shots and beautiful full body shots. The Sony 90mm macro for $1,100 USD is what I recommend on the Sony line. For a budget-friendly option, I recommend the Sigma 105 for Sony starting at $725 USD. Next, and something that I always use for my work, is a product spinner. The best and most efficient one I can find is the Edelkrone Head 1, starting at $318 USD. It is app controlled and has key points, acceleration curves, and speed adjustments. It's also extremely small, takes your camera's batteries, and allows you to attach your C-stands for unique spinning angles. Now, if you don't want to spend that much on a product spinner, the next option, and an older spinner that I used to use all the time, is the J-Yet spinner starting at $56 USD. This spinner is motorized, can handle up to 180 pounds, and you can use a remote control to control the speed. Now, these spinners work amazing and get the job done, but what it lacks is the smooth start and stop points for your products and adjustable key points. Now, spinning your product is only half the battle. You're gonna want your product to float in the air while spinning as well, so you're gonna wanna get a product stand. Now, you can build a lot of different types of product stands, but the best one I've ever seen actually came from one of my students in my product video course. What's great about a drill chuck is it's strong and adjustable, and you can attach any kind of stick to it that allows you to float your product. The way that I typically float a product is I'll drill a hole into the bottom of the product, then use a skewer like a metal or wood skewer, and then attach that to the drill chuck, which is gonna sit on the product spinner. And then in post, we'll just use simple wire removal to remove the stick and create a floating product. Now let's get our camera secure with a solid tripod and tripod head. You want something strong, easy to adjust, and lightweight. The tripod legs that I love to use are by iFootage. I have used a lot of tripods in my time, and many are overpriced for their strength and ease of use and will break down over time. The legs I use are the TC7 carbon fiber legs at a price of $289 USD. These legs are sturdy, easy to use, and have a quick bowl, which is highly important for a slider. And then the head is that I pair it with a Komodo K7 fluid head, which is $329 USD. Again, I've been using this tripod combo for over 2 years and have no complaints. I put my gear through the ringer and it's still standing tall. The fluid tripod head allows me to get smooth, fast movements by hand. The cheaper alternatives I would recommend are also by iFootage. The build quality is still great, but you will lose out on max payload, which doesn't allow for heavier rig setups. Legs are the iFootage TA6S for $180 and the Komodo K5 for $139. This tutorial is brought to you by Storyblocks. Storyblocks is my go-to for amazing content, templates, images, and even stock footage. You can access over 1 million royalty-free files for your next project. Storyblocks not only makes my projects easier, but it allows me to up-level my videos by adding in high-quality content that I don't have the time or access to capture myself. Are you looking for amazing sound effects for your next video? Storyblocks has you covered. Do you need a drone shot of the woods? You can get it on Storyblocks. Do you want to find a beautiful image to make your website pop? Then look no further. Storyblocks is an extremely powerful website because it gives us content creators access to so many different files and top quality content. Whether you're a content creator, filmmaker, website designer, or any kind of creative space, Storyblocks is perfect for you. So go check out Storyblocks and visit the link below in the description, storyblocks.com/AustinPaul. Now sliders can get expensive, but are highly important for camera movement and really up-leveling your product videos. You can watch my 5 slider tips here to see how much slider movement really does improve your product videos. I'm kind of in the middle of a toss-up of what to recommend for sliders because at the moment I have the Edelkrone Slider Plus V5 Pro Long for $900, which by itself is way too expensive to justify the price, but it's a module-based slider where you can buy the motor and motorized head to slide, tilt, and pan the camera automatically by using the same app that you use for the head one. It can add up to thousands of extra dollars, and while it's great for getting precise movements over and over, and you can do a lot of cool techniques with it, over the years, I've been using the slider motor and the head less due to setup time and breakdown time in between shots, and been leaning more to just using the slider by itself, which in that case, if you're gonna go by hand, I wouldn't recommend the Edelkrone slider and would recommend something much cheaper that will work just as well. Your best bet is to just get a manual slider like the Nuwear 47-inch carbon fiber slide track for only $124 and attach a solid tripod head to it. Lighting gear is going to be the most important thing when it comes to creating high quality images. Not so much the specific types of lights and diffusers, but knowing how to use them. Right now I'm using more expensive lights, but the price doesn't equate to the higher quality as much as the output of power. The reason I use high output lights is because they're more versatile for when I need to shoot slow motion shots. I can use the higher output lights like the Nanlite Forza 720B for $1,600 USD or the Godox M600B for $1,400 USD for pretty much anything and everything I need to film. Also, they are both bicolor, which allows me to change the light color's temperature when needed. If you want a cheaper light with less power but still high quality, then I recommend the Godox SL300 for $500 or even the Godox VL150 light for $400. All of these lights are great for your key and fill setups. You want your more powerful lights for your key and your less powerful light for your fill. Next is your background or rim light. The light doesn't need to be as close to as powerful as the other lights. I typically want something small, versatile, high quality that can be used in many different ways. What I recommend is the Nanlite Forza 60 for $230 with the projection attachment for $300. This combination is pretty amazing because, like I said, the light is small and powerful and high quality light. With the projector, you can cut and shape the light and create texture and unique patterns on your background. Another key factor for lighting is your diffusions. I will always use Glow's Easy Box diffusions because the price, quality, and again, ease of use. These diffusions are so quick to set up compared to other diffusions that it's a no-brainer to use. Comparatively to a lot of film setups, you'll want to actually use rectangular softboxes for your setups instead of circular. This will create a much more flattering highlight of most of your products. I have 2 of the Glow Easy Lock 31x47 rectangular softboxes for $75. I don't have the cheaper alternatives for this softbox because these are the best for the price. Next is your second layer of diffusion. And I'll always be using the Savage Translume Lightweight Gray Diffusion Roll. This is perfect to put in front of your light and Glow softbox to soften your image even more to create a beautiful image. This will set you back $90, but as I said from the beginning, I'm all about using the most minimal gear possible, and this diffusion roll not only acts as a perfect extra layer of diffusion, but as a white backdrop and even a bounce for your fill side. I'm always using this roll for so many different applications on set. And lastly, for lighting, or lack thereof, I recommend the Savage Velveteen Roll. You can use this roll for so many applications. It is by far the best black backdrop on the market for the price and will reflect a lot less light than traditional black backdrops, which means you'll get a darker background with less worry. It's also great for cutting spill on a light, allowing you to control your light sources. You can get this off the Savage website for $100 under the specialty backdrop tab. All the gear I just listed is the primary gear I use. Again, you don't have to buy all this at once, nor do I expect you to drop thousands of dollars on your product filmmaking gear, but this is a great outline and list of gear you can build up to as your career grows. I started my filmmaking career with a GoPro 4 back in the day and slowly built up to what I have now. As my jobs and revenue grew, I invested in my business. Other great tools to have as extras are C-stands for $215, which will hold your lights and gear in all kinds of angles, gaff tape for $20, which allows you to tape anything together, heavy duty clips for $18, a small rig multi-tool for $18, which helps you fix and attach things that break on set, and a smoke genie for creating haze on set. Now this is just a starting gear guide to get you going in creating high-end commercials, but there are a bunch of knickknacks that you'll discover as you practice product filmmaking, and you'll find what works best for you. My goal was to create a list that helps you save time and headaches and what works best for me. If you already have a camera, the most important 3 pieces of equipment I recommend are lights, a slider, and diffusion, as these are the basics for creating high-end looking product commercials. I dive into so much more into detail of how to use these products for your commercials in my product video course, which can be found at productvideocourse.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and until next time.